In my middle school years, I went through some of the toughest time of my life. When I came out of it, I had a family that was smaller than before, but a family that was also more precious than ever to me. As tough as that experience was, I didn't tell anybody about it. I feared telling others because I didn't want my family's situation to define me. That kind of judgment is common in the culture I come from. But my silence evolved into a bigger problem. I ended up alone, dealing with problems that I was neither responsible for, nor was capable of remedying. Trapped in a descending elevator, unable to open the door. Lying about my situation made me such a master at hiding my feelings that after a while, I couldn't even find my true emotions. I was isolated and shut down. I thought I had it tough. It seemed like everyone else had normal lives and no worries, while I had to deal with problems that the average teenager wouldn't face for another 10 years, if ever. I thought I had it tough, and that I was the only one who had it tough. Last summer, I spent 2 amazing weeks in Rome. At the end of the trip, without even having the time to say goodbye to my friends, I sprinted through the airport security and customs in a record 35 minutes. Within 24 hours of leaving probably the most beautiful, stunning city in the world, I suddenly found myself in the capital of Cambodia, the poorest country in the world. For the next 2 weeks, I volunteered for a non-governmental organization that helps the deaf. I quickly felt at home in Cambodia. The people, despite their poverty, seemed so much happier than I was. I was so naive that I started to believe that the Cambodian people were the most carefree people in the world. I almost convinced myself that their poverty was just their lifestyle choice, a way of keeping things simple and worry-free. After working as a volunteer for 2 weeks, I took a trip to Lake Tonle Sap, the largest lake in Southeast Asia. During the monsoon season, the lake expands to 6 times its size during the dry season. So the people living near the lake must build their homes 30 feet above the ground, supported only by several wooden poles. Thousands and thousands of people were living in what I can only describe as tree houses, really just shacks with no doors. As I drove by, I could see entire families sitting in the dark with scarcely any furniture or possessions at all. And this is how they would exist, from year to year, from flood to flood, for the rest of their lives. And here I was, thinking I had it tough, not quite giving up, living through it, but blaming the world, drenched in self-pity. But that huge lake and those people living in their huts taught me something, my own insignificance. My problems were insignificant. Pain is relative. Who can say, I have it tough, when you realize how many people, how many struggles, how many ways there are to have it tough? Poverty, floods, deafness, depression, divorce, grief. Who can tell what other people are going through? But everyone's going through something. In that sense, you and I, as individuals, are insignificant. Near Lake Tonle I ran into a few small children. They were so open to me, even though I was a stranger and didn't understand a word they said. We took photos of one another, and we were all giggling. The smiles on their faces were the most beautiful smiles I've ever seen in my life. They were not shut down. They weren't hiding or worried that their problems would define them in the eyes of others. We all have difficulties, but we must stay open to others, open to life. Helping other people is my way of being open to others. Here, I've gained something of a reputation for helping other students with their schoolwork. The reason I chose to take away time I could spend on my own studies and using it to help others was not because I dream of becoming an educator. No. It's because here at Portsmouth Abbey, I have learned that when we show kindness to another, that person goes on to show kindness in turn to others, creating a ripple effect. We as individuals are insignificant, but our acts of kindness are greater than we are. Thank you.